Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
If one accidentally concluded upon lighting candles for Yom Tov, lahadlik ner shel Shabbos kodesh, and forgot to switch the nusach, switch the conclusion, and state lahadlik ner shel Yom Tov, do they fulfill their obligation? Must they repeat the blessing, the lighting? What's the halacha? So while this is not an uncommon case due to us being used to most of the year of saying Shel Shabbos and not Shel Yom Tov, so confusion is understandable, the good news is that we all agree the mitzvah you have fulfilled, as blessings do not negate the fulfillment of a mitzvah. Whether the blessing was said or not said does not affect the status and validity of the mitzvah, and hence for certain she fulfilled the mitzvah of adlakas neiros Yom Tov, lighting Yom Tov candles. What question is there regarding the bracha? Was the blessing valid even though she said Shel Shabbos and not Shel Yom Tov? Or is the blessing invalid and therefore she should now go ahead and repeat the correct nusach? Now even though she already lit candles, anyways when we light Shabbos and Yom Tov candles we always say the bracha after the lighting, so it makes no difference here as well. If the blessing would be invalid, she would repeat the blessing when she remembers that she said the wrong nusach. However, the question still remains, what in truth is the status of one who said Shel Shabbos and not Shel Yom Tov? So on the one hand, we have standing for us to validate the blessing, the fact that the Torah itself calls Yom Tov by the term Shabbos. And hence it's not a lie what you said when you said Ner Shel Shabbos, as Yom Tov is also called Shabbos. This is written explicitly regarding Shavuos, as when it says Mimechoras HaShabbos, you should start counting the Omer. Shabbos is not talking about the Sabbath, Saturday, it's talking about Yom Tov, as the Chachamim understood, negating the Shita of the Tzaddikim, who took Shabbos as literally Shabbos. On the other hand, we have a clear ruling in Shulchanaruch in chapter 487 in Halacha 1 brought in the Alter Rebbe, the one who in the Yom Tov davening of Shemini Esrei concluded Mekadesh HaShabbos instead of Mekadesh Yisrael V'Azmanim does not fulfill his obligation. Explains the Alter Rebbe, even though the Torah and Chazal call Yom Tov also by the term Shabbos, here he changed from the wording that the sages established to say to sanctify the Jewish people and the times. And he changed that wording, and anyone who changes the wording of the Chachamim lo Yotzei. So perhaps the same thing applies here, even though saying Ladlik Ner Shel Shabbos on Yom Tov is not a lie, you change from the wording so you're not Yotzei. So these are the sides for the two positions, and in truth we find in this a machlekes in Poskim. Some Poskim rule that regarding adlakas neiros, it's not considered that you change the dialect if you said Ladlik Ner Shel Shabbos, as in fact there is no set nusach for lighting candles of Yom Tov. The bracha is not written in the Gemara. So the logic to negate the validity of Shemini Esrei when you conclude Mekadesh HaShabbos does not apply by adlakas neiros. So you Yotzei. So rules the Maram Brisk in volume 2, Tshuva 44. However, other poskim take the other approach that just like by tefillah it's invalid, perhaps here as well it's invalid. So questions the Sayrus Tshuva in volume 1, Tshuva 112, Nachlas Yel Tzvi, Alichis Beisa, practically halacha l'maisa, Safik brachas lahakil, and one is not to repeat the blessing, Ladlik Ner Shel Yom Tov, as perhaps they were already Yotzei, and so conclude majority of Malaktei and Rabbani Zmanenu, Alichis Bas Yisrael, Piskei Tshuvis, the Sefer Rav Duba of Kitzur Dinei Neshek, Nita Gavriel, all conclude not to repeat the bracha. And so seems to be halacha l'maisa that it's not even a suffix at all. And the halacha is really like the first approach, that Yom Tov is also called Shabbos and it's not considered a change of the dialect. As we know, the Chabad custom on Rosh Hashanah is to change the dialect, the wording from the whole world by adlakas neiros and to say lahadlik ner shel yom hazikaron. Now, if we held that the lighting of candles for Yom Tov has a set dialect, then of course we wouldn't change it. The fact that we change it based on whatever logic or reasoning or basis shows that it's more flexible than davening. And hence, for certain, one who said accidentally Lahadlik Ner Shel Shabbos is not to repeat the bracha. However, if remembered Kedei Dibur within 2-3 seconds, right away he or she should correct themselves and say Shel Shabbos instead, and correct and say Shel Yom Tov. If one wants to completely escape the doubt, they can simply ask a male, either the father or a husband, to light an extra candle and say the bracha and have in mind to be Yotzei them just in case they weren't Yotzei.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.